Good morning, students. In the previous session, we were discussing the chapter real numbers. With real numbers, we have already studied how to write the factor tree for any given composite number and how to find the HCF by Euclid division lemma, and also how to find the LCM of any numbers using the prime factorization method, and also the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Today we are discussing the revisiting the irrational numbers. Revisiting the irrational numbers. Okay. So, in the previous classes, that means in the 8th, 9th classes, we have studied about the irrational numbers, not irrational numbers. Number which cannot be written in the form of v by q, where v and q are integers and q not equal to 0 are called irrational numbers. And one more definition is non-terminating, non-recurring decimal expressions are also taken as irrational numbers. And we are also draw irrational numbers on the number line. And we have to say that root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational, etc. are called irrational numbers. But we can't prove these numbers are irrational. Just we say that root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, root 5 is irrational. By taking the decimal numbers, we say that this is irrational. But we can't prove that. We can't prove root 2 is irrational. In this session, we have to prove root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational, and root 5 is also irrational. That means we have to prove these numbers are irrational numbers. When p is a prime number, here we observe that 2, 3, 5 are prime numbers. When p is prime, root p is irrational. When p is prime, root p is irrational. Okay. So we start with the first. We have one definition is here, or one statement or one theorem. We conclude here. Here we have one theorem is here. Let p be a prime number. Now statement is here. Let p be a prime number. 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 If p divides a square, if p divides a square, then p divides a square, then p divides a. This is the statement. The statement can be used while proving the root 3 is irrational. Okay. And P, a prime number, P divides A square. Okay. Then P divides A also. Okay. Now we start with proof to prove that root 2 is irrational. Prove that root 2 is irrational. Prove that root 2 is irrational. Okay. So now we have to prove root 2 is irrational. What are the steps we follow to prove root 2 is irrational? Just we observe here. Let us assume to the contrary that root 2 is rational. Root 2 is rational. Let us assume the contrary that root 2 is rational. Let me assume root 2 is rational. Okay. If you assume root 2 is rational, then what is root 2? Root 2 can be written in the form of p by q. Where p and q are integers. Okay. And q is not equal to 0. Therefore, root 2 is equal to p by q. Root 2 is equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes. P and q are co-primes. Where p and q are co-primes. Root 2 is equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes. Okay. So after that we have to just this cross multiply this. Q into root 2 is equal to p. Q into root 2 is equal to p. Okay. Root 2 is equal to p by q. Because root 2 we assume that root 2 is rational. Therefore we can write root 2 is equal to p by q. What are p by q? P and q are co-primes. What are co-primes? Co-primes means two numbers have no common factor other than 1. Okay. No divisor other than 1. Okay. Here we have two numbers which have no common factors other than 1 are called co-primes. Okay. Here P and Q are co-primes, we say that. That means P and Q have no common factors other than 1. ಒಂದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾಮನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ P ಮತ್ತು Q ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅವು ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ co-primes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. Now just we cross multiply this. Q into root 2 is equal to P. Squaring on both sides. You can apply squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. Now q into root 2 whole square is equal to p square. Q into root 2 whole square is equal to p square. Squaring on both sides. We can do the squaring on both sides. Q into root 2 whole square is equal to p square. Now q square. Okay, q square. Root 2 whole square means square and square root get cancelled here. 2. Q square 2 is equal to p square. Okay. Now we can say that 2 divides p square, yes, isn't it? 2 divides p square here, because we can write this one as q square is equal to p square by 2. Q square is equal to what? P square by 2. Therefore 2 divides p square, which implies 2 divides p by theorem, by the statement or theorem. Okay, by the statement or theorem we say that if 2 divides p square, then 2 divides p. If 2 divides p square, then what about 2 divides p also? Okay, this is by the theorem we say that if 2 divides p square, then 2 divides p also. Put p is equal to 2c. Put p is equal to 2c. Now we say that here in this equation, this is equation 1. In equation 1, okay. Now q square into 2 is equal to p is equal to 2c whole square. Here instead of p we can take 2c. Okay, take 2c whole square. That is q square into 2 is equal to 2 square. 2 square means 4c square. Okay, 4c square. Here you can put p is equal to 2c in equation 1. This is equation 1. You can write LHS as it is, and RHS you put p is equal to 2c. 2 square means 4. C square you can write as it is. Okay. Now 2 ones are 2 twos are. Therefore q square is equal to 2c square. Q square is equal to 2c square. This can be written as q square by 2. Q square by 2 is equal to c square. Okay. Q square by 2 is equal to c square. Therefore 2 divides q square also. 2 divides q square, which implies 2 divides q. 2 divides q. Therefore this contradicts the fact that p and q are co-primes. Okay, we say that p and q are co-primes. That means they have no common factor other than 1. But here we have 2 as a common factor for both p and q. Because 2 divides p also and 2 divides p also. Okay, 2 divides both p and q. Therefore, this contradicts the fact that p and q are co-primes. P and q are co-primes. P and q are co-primes. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Okay. Therefore, what is our assumption? Our assumption is, let us assume root 2 is rational. This is wrong. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. So we conclude that, you can write here. So we conclude that root 2 is irrational. Root 2 is irrational. In this way we can prove the root 3 is irrational. Okay. Okay, now we will take one more example. Prove that root 5 is irrational. So here we can take root 5. You can do root 3 is irrational as a homework. I can prove root 5 is irrational here. Okay. What are the major changes is going on here? So that root 5 is irrational. Now to prove here, prove that root 5 is irrational. Root 5 is irrational. Root 5 is irrational. So, what is the procedure first? Let us assume the contrary, that root 5 is rational. Root 5 is rational. This is our assumption. You can assume root 5 is rational. Rational means it can be written in the form of p by q. Therefore, which implies the root 5 is equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes. P and Q are co-primes. Co-primes means no factors, no common factors other than 1 for two numbers. For both P and Q, no common factors other than 1. Okay. Now just cross multiply this here. Q into root 5 is equal to P. Q into root 5 is equal to P. Now squaring on both sides. Now q root 5 whole square is equal to p square. Then apply the square on both sides. Now we have q square and square will get cancelled. Q square 5 is equal to p square, which implies q square is equal to p square by q. This can be written as q square into 5 is equal to p square. Can be written as q square is equal to p square divided by 5. Therefore 5 divides p square, which implies 5 divides p. 5 divides p by theorem. So 5 divides p square and 5 divides p. Okay. Next one, put p is equal to 2c. P is equal to 2c in equation 1 here. Okay. Now here q square is equal to q square into 5. Q square into 5 is equal to q square into 5 is equal to p means 2c whole square. That is q square into 5 is equal to 5c. Okay. is equal to 5c, because I will take 5 is the common factor. Here 5 is, root 5 is prime, so you should take p is equal to 5c here. 5c whole square. 5c whole square. Now 5 square 25. 25 c square. 5 ones are 5 5s are. Okay. Now q square is equal to 5c square. This can be written as q square by 5 is equal to c square, which implies 5 divides q square. 5 divides q square here. Therefore, then 5 divides q. 5 divides q. If 5 divides q square, then 5 divides q also. Therefore, 5 has a common factor that divides both p and q. 5 has a common factor that divides both. Therefore, 5 as a common factor, that divides both p and q. This contradicts the fact that, okay, this contradicts the fact that root 5, sorry, p and q are co-primes. This contradicts the fact that p and q are co-primes. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Okay, therefore we say that, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, we conclude that root 5 is rational. Therefore, we conclude that root 5 is rational. In this way, we can prove that root p is rational. Root 5 and okay. Now we will take one more example. show that 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Show that 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Show that 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Now this was the same thing. Here sum of a rational and irrational number is irrational number. Difference of a rational and irrational number is also irrational number. Product of a rational and irrational number is also irrational number. Here 5 is rational, root 3 is irrational, 5 minus root 3 is irrational. So, but we can prove here. So, let us assume to the contrary that 5 minus root 3 is rational. 5 minus root 3 is rational. Okay. 5 minus root 3 is rational. So 5 minus root 3 is equal to P by Q, where P and Q are co-primes. Where P and Q are co-primes are integers. Okay. P and Q are co-primes, or we can take co-primes. Okay. P and Q are co-primes. Here, let us assume to the contrary that 5 minus root 3 is rational, we say. Okay. Now, 5 minus root 3 is equal to P by Q. That means this is rational, therefore this can be in the form of P by Q. So now, we can just transpose this P by Q to the left side and root 3 to the right side, or we can just exchange these two things. Okay. Minus P by Q. You can transpose P by Q to the left side and root 3 to the right side is equal to root 3. Okay. 5 minus P by Q is equal to root 3. Okay. Now, here 5P and Q are integers. So, we can multiply this 5Q minus P divided by Q is equal to root 3. 5Q minus P divided by Q is equal to root 3. Here, which implies 5Q minus P divided by Q is rational. Here 5, P and Q are integers. Since 5, P and Q are integers, 5, P and Q are integers, then what? Then 5Q minus P divided by Q is rational. 5, P and Q are integers. Say that those numbers are integers, then 5Q minus P, this is a rational number. If this is a rational number, root 3 is also a rational number, which implies root 3 is rational because this is equal to root 3. Therefore, this implies root 3 is rational. But this contradicts the fact that, but this contradicts the fact that, root 3 is irrational. What we say? Root 3 is irrational. Okay, we know root 3 is irrational. Therefore, what we say here, root 3 is irrational. This contradicts the fact that root 3 is irrational. This contradicts the fact that root 3 is irrational. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, what we assume that this is rational, that assumption is wrong. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. So we conclude that 5 minus root 3 is irrational. 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Okay, this way we can prove this is irrational. So, okay, now we start with one more example. We take one more example here. Show that 3 root 2 is irrational. Show that show that 3 root 2 is irrational. Show that 3 root 2 is irrational. We have to show that 3 root 2 is irrational. So, this is our procedure we follow here. Let us assume the contrary, that 3 root 2 is rational. 3 root 2 is rational. Product of rational and irrational number is irrational. So we write, so 3 root 2 is equal to p by q, where p and q are co-primes. P and q are co-primes. Okay, co-primes. Here just we transfer this 3 to the here. Root 2 is equal to p by dq. Root 2 is equal to p by dq. Since p and q are integers, since p and q are integers, then p by 3q is rational. P by 3q is rational. Okay, p by 3q is rational, which implies root 2 is rational. If because this p by 3q is equal to root 2, therefore root 2 is also a rational, which implies root 2 is rational. This contradicts the fact. What? This contradicts the fact that, which is the fact. Fact is root 2 is irrational. Okay, therefore this contradicts the fact that root 2 is irrational. Root 2 is irrational. So we conclude that 3 root 2, therefore our assumption is wrong. Okay, what we assume here, you can write that. Therefore our assumption is wrong. So we conclude that. What we conclude here? So we conclude that 3 root 2 is irrational. 3 root 2 is irrational. We come to the conclusion. By our statements, we say that 3 root 2 is irrational. Okay. Okay. In the exercise 8.3, you have some more problems. You can do those things as homework. In the next session, we are discussing on the revisiting rational numbers and the decimal expansions. Okay. And okay, this is the end of the class today. In the next class, we will meet with the revisiting rational numbers and the decimal expansions. Thank you for watching.